Saturday Night Live from Paris, France. It's UFC Fight Night 209 featuring a heavyweight bout in the main event between Tuivasa and Cyril Gane. Let's break it down. Tuivasa is 29 years old. He's 6'2" with a 75-inch reach and a record of 14-3 with 13 knockouts. From Sydney, Australia, he was originally drawn to rugby, getting signed to a professional club in 2010, though he later gave up the sport in 2012 in favor of mixed martial arts and boxing. He made his mixed martial arts debut in July of 2012 with a first-round TKO and compiled records of 5-2 and 14-2 in boxing and kickboxing, respectively, before turning his attention solely to MMA in 2016. He made his UFC debut the following year, earning a Performance of the Night bonus with a first-round flying knee knockout of Rashad Coulter, and followed that up with a first-round knockout of Cyril Asker before defeating the legendary former champion Andrei Arlovski by unanimous decision in June of 2018. Just 6 months later, he headlined his first event against former champion Junior Dos Santos, building an early lead until getting dropped with a powerful right cross in the second round and finished with ground and pound. He then went on a 3-fight skid, losing by decision to Blagoy Ivanov and an arm triangle to Sergei Spivak before bouncing back in 2020 with a devastating knockout of Stefan Struve. He followed it up with a 49-second blowout of Harry Hunsucker, and then took on Greg Hardy, earning another Performance of the Night bonus when 1 minute into the first round he caught Hardy rushing in, knocking him out with an explosive right cross left hook combo. 5 months later, he knocked out Augusto Sakai in 2 rounds, and in February of 2022, he took on the always dangerous Derek Lewis, surviving 2 takedowns and several powerful blows before earning his third straight Performance of the Night with a thunderous elbow to Lewis's jaw, knocking him out cold. A hard-hitting pressure fighter, Tuivasa uses a combination of feints and chopping leg kicks to set up his shots and possesses devastating one-punch knockout power in both hands. Cyril Gane is 32 years old. He's 6'5" with an 81-inch reach and a record of 10-1 with 4 knockouts and 3 submissions. From La Roche-sur-Yon, France, Gane got into martial arts in his early 20s, making his professional kickboxing debut in 2016, winning the AFMT Muay Thai heavyweight title with a second-round knockout of Jeremy Gane. He defended his title 6 times, winning 4 by knockout before switching to MMA in 2018, winning his debut with a first-round front choke of Bobby Sullivan for the Canadian promotion TKO's vacant heavyweight title. He defended it twice with a second-round knockout of Adam Daiska and a first-round TKO of Royer Sosa. In August of 2019, he made his UFC debut with a first-round triangle choke of Rafael Pessoa, and 2 months later submitted Dontel Mays with a heel hook. He closed out 2019 with a dominant decision over Tanner Boser. However, he did not fight again for a year, as 3 fights that were set fell through due to his opponents and himself getting injured or training. He returned in December of 2020, taking on UFC legend Junior Dos Santos, and despite the disparity in experience, he put on a dominant performance, forcing Dos Santos against the cage, dropping him with an elbow and stopping him with ground and pound. 2 months later, he took on number 3 contender Jairzinho Rozenstruik, controlling the distance with his jab and leg kicks and dominating all of the grappling exchanges en route to a lopsided decision. In June of 2021, he put on an excellent display, dominating perennial contender Alexander Volkov with his speed, jab, and footwork to secure a unanimous decision, and in August followed that up with a third-round knockout of Derek Lewis to capture the UFC interim heavyweight title. 5 months later, on January 22nd, 2022, he took on champion Francis Ngannou in a highly anticipated unification fight, and coming out to a fast start, building up an early lead with his fluid movement and striking until Ngannou began utilizing his grappling skills in the end of the fight to pull out a close decision. Gane is a proficient technical striker who excels at controlling the distance and using a combination of speed and footwork to dictate the pace. Can Tuivasa's power and rugged style give Gane trouble as he continues to rise to the top of the division? Or will Bongamin's speed and fluid style prove too much as he seeks another showdown with heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou? Tune in Saturday night to UFC Fight Night, Gane versus